Alright, here we go. Zoom. 3, 2, What's cracking, Jump Nation family? It's your boy here, Rishi S, aka the Jump Rope Coach. Yes guys, today is a Q&A, so let's roll it. Low. Right, sorry guys, I cut the intro a little bit short there, sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings. I want to keep this video kind of short today. I literally just want to give you guys a few updates and answer some cool questions that I got on one of my Instagram posts that I put out a couple of weeks ago now. The reason for this Q&A is, one, I haven't really done a Q&A for kind of 5 or 6 months now, and since then the channel has grown by about another kind of 13 or 14,000 subscribers. So there's gonna be a lot of new people out there, and I want to kind of touch base with you guys and just kind of give you a feel of how things have started and origin questions and all this kind of stuff that I got on that post. And also just want to give you guys a big up and thanks, as I always do, I guess. But like, our Black Friday event was just out of this world. Like, I don't think Gigi and I have ever worked as hard as we did in our lives, literally that last weekend. Yeah, it's just phenomenal. I think we calculated about 100 hours of packaging time. We also had like mates coming around to help us, and yeah, it was just a phenomenal event. It was something that I really didn't anticipate, and we're just kind of getting over it. So that kind of leads me to this weekend. This weekend we've got a new launch. It's our kind of new Christmas line launch. We've got the Rush crew neck coming out, which is, I mean, so cozy, and this is like really nice for lifestyle wear as well, guys. And actually I'm gonna probably work out in it later on as well. But we've also got the Money Tee coming out, which is our new t-shirt. That was literally from you guys. Like, that was like a kind of concept that I had. I put it on one video, like a tutorial. I didn't even mention it, and a lot of you guys was just saying, look, when is this ever coming out? So I've brought that out now. We've also got the Create Your Legacy hoodie, which is actually the Legacy V2 line, and I just absolutely love these. Like, we've gone for a new kind of style of brush fleece inside, so it's a lot more warmer, and they just look absolutely epic. So I've got that in grey and black. I want to get straight into this Q&A. Like I said, I want to keep this video nice and short, and yeah, just wanted to say big up and just touch base with just all of you out there. Just want to give you a big hug and say what's up. So yeah, let's get straight into the Q&A with question 1. So the first question is from a guy called Z.Reza. This kid has always kind of supported the channel. He's commented a lot as well, so wanted to feature him today. So big up to you, Zed. He asked basically, how did I get to where I am now? What keeps me driven? Because he's kind of been unmotivated and says, you know, a spark is always in him and it reignites whenever he sees my videos. But yeah, generally it's how I kind of stay motivated and how did I get to where I am today. Great question, and I don't want to ramble on. I'm going to try and keep this concise, like I said. But listen, the one thing that has always sparked me throughout my life is the fact that I've always known in myself that I've been put on this planet to do something special, to do something amazing. Not in terms of money, not in terms of getting big houses and flash cars. No, it's actually something like impacting people's lives, and it's just inside of me. And I don't know if you guys have that kind of feeling, and if you do, I really wish and implore you not to kind of waste that kind of feeling, because that's really special. And for me, it's been really special for the last 3-4 years, because that is what has driven me to create content, to make videos, to now leaving my job and doing this full time, is to help so many more people out there across the world. And it's just the easiest way to explain it, but that is what gets me out of bed every morning. That's what keeps me motivated, because I have you guys behind me, and now it's come to a point where I don't want to let anyone down. I hate letting people down. So in the beginning, like, how did I get to where I am? It's just hard work, guys. Hard work is self-belief. It's all these kind of cliche things you hear, but you know, when I was going to work on a day-to-day basis and sitting behind my computer screen, I knew something inside me was saying that this is not life. This is not what I should be doing, and I should be doing something I enjoy, something that interests me, and something I want to share with the world. And that's when I put out my first video. And if you go back a few videos, I actually talk about that video that I first put on YouTube. So it's just about making a start, keeping consistent, and just staying hungry. Like, just getting on it, guys. Like, just don't scroll up and down Instagram all day wondering why this person's doing well and why you're not doing well. Like, you just gotta just believe in yourself, do you, and yeah, work super hard. So I hope that kind of, yeah, it's a bit of a wishy-washy answer maybe, but honestly guys, it's all about feeling. Like, what do you feel inside? Do you feel like you have a purpose? And if you don't feel like you have a purpose, you need to try and find that purpose. Do more than just exist, and share incredible kind of values and stories, and just become more of a positive nation. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about positive vibes. Right, okay, big up Zed for that. Right, the next question is pretty sick. They ask, how would you translate what jump roping has taught you in other aspects of your life. Sick question. Like, if you guys have followed me and are subscribed and have been watching my videos, I'm imagining you're already kind of into jump roping. I hope so anyway, because that is the kind of main core of this channel. But how has this affected the rest of my kind of being and life and all that kind of stuff? Just straight up off the bat, this has impacted me on an amazing like kind of scale in my sporting abilities, and that's why I wanted to really push this form of fitness out there, because I play so much football. I used to play at a really high level, like regularly during the week. As soon as I started skipping, the kind of agility, my speed, my acceleration, my turning, like reflexes, everything else just enhanced, and I just had that edge over opponents like every single match I was playing. And that's why I had to share it with the world as well, depending on what you played. If it was tennis, basketball, football, whatever sport it was, I knew that it could be kind of transferred. So that's one of the aspects that it's affected. The second aspect is just lifestyle in general, which is just obviously keeping in shape. Like, we all want to keep in shape, but at the same time, me personally, I do want to enjoy my pizza, my chips, chili sauce, all this kind of stuff. Like, I do like to eat as well. I don't like to be kind of just regimented. So in a lifestyle way, skipping has allowed me to kind of still be flexible with my diet and maintain a kind of healthy physique where I do feel good in my clothes. I feel good like if I go to the beach, go swimming, whatever it is. And yeah, I'm not a kind of fitness freak, as it were, in the sense that I count every single macro, every single calorie I put in my body. But this is just like really helped me, because it allows me to kind of tinker with my cardio every week. I know I need to increase the skipping if I've had like kind of a heavy weekend with food, all this kind of stuff. So that's the second thing. The third thing is on the mental aspect. The mental aspect is probably one of the most powerful things that people don't really realize about skipping, is that the fact that it kind of enhances your focus. It just fine tunes your brain. You could do things that you never even thought you could do just by doing this on the side, doing skipping. It just kind of rewires a lot of your brain. It's like learning a new language, because you're moving so many different types of body parts in different directions at different speeds, skills that your brain learns to become more focused, and that it just basically challenges you mentally to try and stick with it, to make sure you can complete the skills, but at the same time you're actually enhancing your focus. So many things are affected by skipping, and that's why I love this form of cardio. Really cool question, really appreciate that. Thank you for that, mate. Okay, so we're gonna get into question 3. Question 3 is from my guy called Mark. His Instagram is remarkable, I love that. He asked, how did I come up with the concept, they run, we fly? Now, I've been meaning to kind of talk about this for a while. I don't know why I keep forgetting, but I'm glad he brought this up. They run, we fly. I guess what I love about it, and even when I say the words, it just makes me feel really happy. And it was all about building a community. So from day one, it was about building a community. Everything to do with skipping, jump roping in general, is all about elevation, just elevating your fitness, elevating your being, flying, oh man, everything to do with it, every single connotation, every single kind of thought I have when I think of skipping is about flying. So that's why I had to have the word fly in this slogan. And obviously by having it as though we fly, I love the fact that it's just a community. I love that we're just a bunch of people who have just good positive energy, just want to do better for ourselves and just create a better life. Like, do you know what I mean? Just not live that average life. So I guess there's a lot of interpretation around that slogan. But from my point of view, it's no attack on anyone that runs. It's just a case of saying that, look, everyone else has their type of cardio. The majority of the world have the kind of usual cardios that they do, and the ones that are really promoted by all the massive brands like Nike and Adidas. Like, you know, you see it all over the place. But for me, the whole kind of like we fly, it was just about building the community, building that jump nation. And we're just gonna go along steadily under the radar for a little while, until I do believe, like I said, that, you know, it's just gonna blow up. And we're ready to change a generation that is going to follow in our footsteps and fly with us. Like, we are kind of the first community to really promote this form of fitness. Yeah, we're the pioneers, right? We're starting this trend, we're starting this movement, and yeah, for future generations to come, they're going to hopefully remember us. So that's why it was all about building the community. It was like, okay, they run, that's their thing, that's the mainstream thing, that's what everyone does in the world. We're gonna fly, and that's just where I guess the slogan came from. A lot of people do like it. A lot of people ask me why is it kind of an attack on runners and all that, and I hope it doesn't really create that much tension. But yeah, I really do like it. Question number 4 is from my guy called Gun Blaze. Big up to you, mate. You've always been supporting as well for a long time, so I'm gonna feature you today. So I already kind of answered the first bit, which is kind of how did I have the strength to quit my job. I do feel that's kind of within my motivations and how I felt, how I keep inspired. The second part of it is what I want to touch on is, do I have any fear that Rush Athletics may not do well? So i.e. Rush Athletics will fail. He says, God forbid it doesn't, to be fair. Right, do I have any fear? I mean, listen guys, of course you have that fear, right? Of course you have that fear, like, is it going to go to where you expect it to go? Is it going to be able to grow to what you think is going to grow? And before I quit my job, like, one of the things that will kind of play on my mind is this venture kind of big enough to just be sustainable for me to have an income to provide for all my loved ones, family, and all that kind of stuff, obviously, right? That fear, I guess, is always going to be with anyone, like an entrepreneur who's starting out a brand or starting out a fitness business or whatever it is you're doing. You're always going to have that kind of fear because you're taking risks. This is a massive risk. Like, you can't be an entrepreneur if you do not take risks. You can't do what I've done if you don't take risks. And with risks do come fear sometimes, but at the same time, it needs to be done. I'm a guy who kind of really strongly believes on, like, if you do fear it and you don't do it, like, you're just going to live in regret. And that's what scares me the most. That's my biggest fear, to be honest with you, is that I'm going to be an old man at 80 or 70 or whatever it is, unable to make any skipping videos and just sitting there thinking, damn, like, shit, like, why don't I do this? Or why didn't I follow this kind of thought that I had? Or why didn't I follow this dream that I had? That's the thing that really gets to me. And that's the thing that really scares the shit out of me, is that I'm just going to be living in regret. And it's poisonous. I know it's going to poison me and actually eventually probably kill me. Because if you don't take that risk, if you don't follow that dream or that passion, like, you will regret it, guys. You will regret it further down the line. You're going to sit back and think, shit, I could have used those 2-3 years of my younger age and just gone for it. Like, it's not be all and end all to have, like, a full-time job, and then, because you're going to be working for that full-time job for like another 40 years until you retire. So you can always go back to it. If things at, you know, RA don't work out, or something really mega goes wrong, or I just, you know, maybe whatever, for whatever reason doesn't go to plan, I do know that, you know, I've studied and I can go back to full-time work if I need to, like, and you know, we need to live with money in this world. But at the same time, I'm gonna go to my kind of grave in peace, I guess. I'm gonna be a peaceful old man. I hope, anyway. Just knowing that I gave this a shot and that I gave it my all. So that's my best piece of advice, really, with this question. It's a really great question, to be honest with you. I do fear it. I did fear it back in the day that it will not do as well as it probably should. But at this moment in time, I'm just going full guns blazing, just to make sure that I do not fail and that I can just give this the best shot that I can.